Okay, and I know that, did you finally get to that one? That just, it's hard, right? It's hard to get there. It's afraid.
Clark? What is it?
Oh, Jen's. Oh, it's all right. No worries. No worries. I think it's just one. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and if you'd please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, it is July, so every July the board reorganizes itself and decides on its time of when they will meet and what day of the month and all those fun things. It's the annual reorganization. So, to that note, the board will consider nominations and select a chairman for the 2024-25 school year. And
I just want to it's literally a point of order. Just to let everybody know, Dan
thank
Metz
you.
and Janet were unable to be here in person and they are Zoomed in.
thank you for that.
Okay, well, I will move to elect Tracy Adabay as the Glide School Board Chair for the 24-25 school year.
Thank you. I will accept that.
I will second that. Janet's probably struggling to do that.
Yeah, it's okay. You got it.
All right, all those in favor? Oh, discussion about that? Yes, well, hand. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. And the board will also consider a nomination and select a vice chair for the 2024-25 school year.
I move to elect Tim Shaw as the Glide School Board Vice Chair for the 2024-25 school year.
And do I hear a
I can
second?
second. I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor? Aye. Everyone? Right, and I don't even know if I raised my hand last time on my own. Yeah. Okay. So passes. So we're staying the same. Okay. So I believe we're moving on to student reports.
Is it green? You have to hold it down a little bit. There you go. And get right up close to it, it won't bite you.
Hello.
Closer, please.
Hello.
There you go.
It'll move. You can move it closer to where you're comfortable.
There you go.
Thank you.
My name is Nolan Goodman, and I'm representing for the Glide Elementary School. We're fundraising. Right now, we're fundraising for going to Ron Clark Academy again,
Ooh.
and we're this year bringing 16 elementary students. For some fundraisers, we are doing a tri-tip sale. We just did that. We sold 106 tri-tips,
Wow.
which is raising an estimate of about $2,400. Thanks to Sherms, we got a deal on the tri-tip.
Yes.
We're also having a car wash at the Glide Fire Department on August 13th. A family movie night at GES on August 15th. We haven't determined the time yet. But we will charge $10 a family. Concessions will be available. All proceeds will go to our team. We're going to show the movie Cars,
Oh, cool. What night was that again?
August 15th. Last meeting, I think we introduced the new leaders. So, would you like to know the leaders again?
Yes, please. We love refreshers.
From Altruisimo, Kai Benorwela and Tierney Mendenhall. From Salivare, Nora Campbell and Olivia Odell. From Amistad, Thatcher Johnson and Connor Miller. From Isabendi, Dylan Deeks and Vinnie Allison. From Nukamore, Betty Strain and Larkin Corba. For Onraka, Reed Shattenkirk and Daphne Strain. For Protos, Camden Gonzalez and Lauren Groff. And for River, Nolan Goodman and Corbin Roderick.
Thank you.
Oh, our goal to get to Ron Clark for raising is to raise $16,000 for our house leaders to attend, when they will learn about leadership skills like public speaking and conflict resolution and more.
Nice. Very cool.
Thank you.
When's your trip supposed to be?
October 3rd through 6th.
Okay, it's good to know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's the deal, John? I even knew about it, and I'm usually the last.
Well, thank you. We will try to all support as much as we can. You're welcome. All right, Superintendent Freeman.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Atabey. I would like to add to the agenda to switch number 5, middle school, high school principal update, to an action item versus a discussion, please. Other than that, everything is the same.
Okay, and I think we were going to add one more thing into the agenda change. Dan, did you have? Oh, it is already. He called in, and it's different than the, it's not the update on the, let me see.
Tracy,
No,
we don't,
it's something else.
can you hear me?
Dan, can you hear me?
Trying to talk, trying to talk. Can you hear me?
Yep.
No, Tracy, I'll update you later on that other thing. It's
Okay.
different, different course of action. So
Okay. All righty then.
my Zoom skills are weak.
Okay, and I believe that we are moving on to the consent agenda, which includes any kind of resignations or hire recommendations we might have, and fundraisers, requests to apply for grants, and all of the meeting notes from our last meeting, our executive sessions, and our special meeting and our work session meeting. And I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second. Our Zoomers are a little slow.
Phone keeps shutting off. Any discussions about things that are in our consent agenda? All righty. All those in favor of approving our consent agenda as is? Aye. Okay, all right. Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you, Zoomers. Okay. And our organizational resolution. We also do, thank you. Okay. Public participation section, sorry. We have one yellow card, an intent to come up and share with us. Janae, you guys know the drill, right? Come up and state your name and thank you. Tim and I can share one and we can, okay. Oh. Reading material.
Okay, Nate Trimble, 14566 North Umpqua Highway. And last board meeting, I had brought up the Title IX, new Title IX rulings. I don't know if some of you had a chance to go and look at some of that. But what I'm here to tell you is some good news. And I gave you all handouts. I'll talk about those in a moment. The new rulings, okay, so I had brought up how they're going to affect our schools. And this is for any school that takes any federal money. I know that there's some private schools and charter schools that will be involved in this too. Moms for Liberty has won an injunction in that lawsuit. We are the third injunction that has now won, has gotten an injunction in a lawsuit, and there's many more behind us that are waiting. August 1st is when these new rulings are supposed to take place. The judge had given us a 2-week grace period that ended July 15th, which was Monday, in which any Moms for Liberty member with minor children listed their schools with our national organization that would exempt any of their schools from implementing the new Title IX changes, which the new rules of Title IX would literally erase girls and women altogether by allowing boys and girls on girls' teams, boys and girls locker rooms and bathrooms. There will not be a safe space for girls. It will also compel children to break their constitutional rights of free speech by lying and adhering to using pronouns of individuals to them that are against their family values and beliefs. The passing of this rule as an opinion of Rosebrook School Board member and their superintendent that it will bankrupt every school district. I'm here to tell you that a number of brave parents and guardians stepped up to the plate for Douglas County and were already either a Moms for Liberty member or they became new ones to protect their kids. As of Monday, July 15th, the deadline in which the judge gave the grace period for the filing of schools, 23 schools have been listed in Oregon, and specifically 19 in Douglas County, to be exempt from the new Title IX rule changes. 19 of the schools were here, and parents wanting to defend their parental rights and not have secrets kept from them if their child wants to use another name or pronoun at school and who want to protect their daughters in school and sports have joined us in this fight. I would like you all to know that all 3 schools in our district were named in the records to be exempted. I'm giving you a copy of the court injunction to rule, and then I handed out a small packet of school policy that I had been reviewing that had concerns of the Title IX. And I just want to bring up one thing. If you guys would turn to, let me tell you what page it is. It's the packet that says sexual harassment at the top. And it is policy G, I think the code is GBA, GBN. If you would get that, I think that's right on top. Go to page 6-9. I had also printed off the certificate, also attached to your packet in the very back, that says recognition of professional learning, Title IX compliance certification training, September 25th, 2023, which lists Tracy Powell as completing that training. From what I understand, she is our actual Title IX coordinator now. And on this page, it does say Christina Haug is designated as the Title IX coordinator, so I'm not saying it, pointing fingers, I'm just bringing it up. I don't know if that's something that's just been overlooked, and I know you guys are busy like we all are with life, that policy should be amended.
We are going over the policies, we have not gotten to this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know, so I was just bringing it forward to you guys because I know there's so many policies and so many things to read.
It's good that you're bringing this up because that's something we'll do, but I think our next policy meeting will be on this.
Okay. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't pointing fingers. I'm just was bringing it up. So if you guys had some, things get missed,
Yeah.
I get it, or you just don't have time yet. And obviously you guys were getting ready to cover it. So those were the things that I just wanted to bring up to you. And I think I put a page of some of the training that I think the Title IX coordinator before her, before Tracy had gone through, just to kind of give you kind of where we're going with this Title IX ruling. So I just wanted to give you some good news.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Jay, here, she gave me 2 copies. So there you go.
Okay, now we are moving on to the organizational resolution, which is something that we also do every single year. It's something that's required by the state. It kind of outlines who kind of is in charge of certain things. So like our fiscal, our district clerk, who our attorney is, that, so I do believe that last year we tried to clarify better because folks were concerned somebody was listed twice and thinking there was 2 jobs, but they're actually kind of incorporated in that same role. So this is just a standard thing that we do every July. I would entertain a motion to approve the organizational resolution, number 1 through 24, number 1, 24, 25? Okay, thank you. As presented? Do you have it? Is it in there? Everybody has a copy, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Page 4.
I move to approve organizational resolution number 1, 2425 as presented.
I'll second it.
Any discussions about that?
Is it usual and customary to read it or not?
No, I don't think we read through the whole, did we read through the whole thing last year?
Okay.
I mean, we can.
I mean, it's open for people to get, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's all public record.
All right.
Okay, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. We'll send that. Okay, I think we are moving on to resource officer update.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so had a great chat with the chief of police in Roseburg. Sadly, they're not going to be on the list of possibilities. He would love to, but he's down 7 officers now and said it's not going to be an option. Visited with the sheriff briefly. We're going to meet next week. It's either the sheriff or the undersheriff and myself to kind of go over their ideas, reaching out to others, but the sheriff department is excited for the opportunity. So that is where we stand.
Awesome, thank you, Dan, appreciate that. Okay, so policy section C, D, E, and F first reading. So this is being considered first, and then I believe we come back and pass it on the second, is that right? Okay. Yeah, I think so. Right? I know. So, should we briefly just kind of say do we have like a little synopsis of what's in our C, D, E, and F? Tracy, do you recall offhand kind of what those policies? Yeah, kind of like. Okay, never mind. obviously we can't, you will thank us that we're not reading every single policy to you. Yeah, yeah. But I was just going to give y'all just a brief synopsis of like kind of what they cover, just.
And just for your information, these are all available on our website by scrolling to our homepage down to the bottom, and you'll see a portion under there titled Policy. You click on any of those and all of our policies are up there. The board has adopted or approved sections A and B, and so those will be updated shortly by OSBA. The ones presented tonight are section C, which is administration, D, fiscal management, E, support services, and F, facilities. So the team met, reviewed all of those, and are presenting them to the board for a first reading.
Awesome, thank you, Jan. Appreciate that. Okay, Superintendent Freeman, did you have, so you're wanting to move, this is going to be a action item instead of a discussion, or do you have a discussion that you're?
I have a presentation or a proposal for you.
Wonderful.
So I want to just let the community know that we've been engaged on a practice of hiring a new middle school, high school principal. We started out with posting the position. We had a open forum that allowed anybody in the district to screen applicants. And we had 37, I believe-ish screen. And from that screening process, 2 candidates rose to the top. Today, we did our final interviews that consisted of a tour of the school with 2 of our staff members and a parent, a formal interview of 11 people and 20-something questions. That was a little intimidating, I apologize. But we were able to get to know the candidate very well. And then we also put the candidate in front of our student leadership group. And then we had a public forum tonight. All those groups unanimously said that Carrie Dwight should be our new high school, middle school principal. I called Carrie a few minutes ago and asked him if he would accept the position, and he is willing to accept the position. He is here in front of you, so I propose to you that you make a motion and accept Carrie Dwight as our new middle school, high school principal.
So
As
I
I
will
was
entertain.
on that board,
Yeah, please, yeah.
I have to say that Kerry did present himself very well, and I was very pleased with all of his answers, demeanor, and all of that. And it'd be my pleasure to move that we hire him as the new middle school, high school principal.
Do I hear a second?
I can second that. I thought Tim was reaching for it.
Okay, how about some discussion around it?
I really think that he's going to do a good job. I was impressed by the interview, and I think most everybody else was. And really, we had no real issues that anybody really come up with. I would say that if he does the kind of job I think he's going to do, we're going to be really happy.
So, Carrie, what are we going to do about that 2-year commitment you make to the budget committee?
That was one other comment that I was worried about, because I think you promised us a couple of years. So.
He was on the bonus 6-year plan.
Right?
Chair Adave, if I may add.
Sure.
Kerry was our only local candidate. He lives in the community. He has a child that attends our school. He checks off a lot of boxes that you really look for in hiring a leader in your district. When he spoke to the students today, I think he knew at least 5 out of the 7, maybe all 7 of them, and they knew him. When the community came in this evening, I asked if they knew who Kerry was, and most of them shook their head. They already knew who he was. I think those factors are really important during a transition period, to have somebody that's familiar and a known commodity. So really excited about moving forward with him as our building leader.
I also got some positive input. Someone reached out to me that you worked with previously in your district that you're in right now and had great things to say about you. So, yeah, okay. All right, so Janet, did you have any comments or discussion?
Nope.
Okay. All those in favor?
I just want to say, John, thanks for going, sit and representing the board there.
Yes, thank you.
I'll send you a bill for my time, Dan.
Hey, you got pizza.
That's how you keep John happy. Okay, all those in favor? We'll wait to see what Janet's doing there. Okay, so motion passes. Welcome to the Glide School District. All righty. Okay, IEP assessment billing. Janet, was that something you want to talk about?
Yes, I have to get off mute. Yeah, I really wanted it. It's more for finding out. This is more of a question, I guess, to you, Robert. Around, I know that right now there is consideration of how school districts will be billing for Medicaid services, and I'm more just trying to understand if there is a process or there will be a movement towards looking at how that might be able to be implemented in Glide. I know there's a lot of unknowns at this point right now. I've been involved in several conversations with school districts in Jackson County. They're looking at this currently, and they're also looking at it as a potential revenue source, and knowing that there's a lot of unknowns about how this could be rolled out. So it's more of a question at this point.
I think she's asking you a question. Oh, she's wanting, I think, to know if like, are we billing Medicaid for IEP services? We currently are not.
I'm not sure we actually qualify for that. So billing Medicaid is a really complex process.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, Janet?
I can now. And again, this is new legislation that was just recently implemented. And I know that, yes, there's a lot of hoops and a lot of potential areas that districts are exploring. I was just more, is this something that the district is looking at this point, given the revenue gap that we're, not, I mean, it's not a gap, but just as a potential to consider for some of the services right now that don't generate any revenue and require a lot of admin on the school district's part.
Yeah, I was not aware of new legislation, so if that's the case, then I always think we need to continue to seek revenue sources. So that's definitely something Carol and I can look into.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you. And I will continue as I learn more. I'm happy to share because as I said, we're exploring this right now in terms of how we can support Medicaid billing, and especially if it helps schools for generating revenue at this point.
Okay. Thank you. And just, I echo that it is of so much fun billing Medicaid. I know all about that. So,
I certainly hope the new legislation made it a little bit more streamlined. That was the hang up with the previous legislation. It was super difficult.
Yeah.
We actually, Douglas County Schools had asked ESD to take the lead on that, and they even chose not to take the lead on that. So
Well, I
Yes,
so get it.
I am very familiar with that process, and I tried in Sutherland, I was part of that team, and the team in Roseburg, and both of those school districts, it just didn't pan out to bill Medicaid. I really think there's an opportunity to do countywide, and I think the ESD should be the leader in that. So
I would
I can
agree with
check
that.
other superintendents.
Okay, thank you.
We certainly don't want to leave money on the table.
No. Okay, I do believe we're moving on to the report section, so I think we're starting with Robert.
I don't have a report.
Okay. Financial report.
Present our 24-25 budget. I have copies for any of the board members who would like them for something to put them to sleep at night.
Oh, wonderful.
And
Anyone.
also, it is posted on our website, so anybody can access it if they would like to. Your financials are in your packet, and we are have a projected ending fund balance of about 1.4, which is still a nice amount, but last year we had 2 million, so it is quite a decrease from what we had.
And is this including kind of like projected what we'll experience through this summer, if there is any impact from the
Well, we are now,
unemployment?
as of July 1, we're in our
New
new
fiscal.
fiscal year.
Okay,
So.
So really we
the
won't know
number should
till-
be fairly accurate unless there's anything. Occasionally in July, we do get some unexpected expenses that are for the 23-24 year. So right now, we're kind of working in both years,
Gotcha.
which is tricky, but it's what we do. So,
okay,
yep.
thank you for that, appreciate it.
Carolyn, does the money, like the property tax money that comes in, like starts coming in November, is that just an estimate here and then we actually get what there is, or is that?
Well, what we budget on is what we estimate that we're going to get for the new 24-25 year. So what we get in July and August is still for the 23-24 year. And then we have a span of time, which is why we need to have a nice carryover when we're only surviving on our state school fund money, because then our taxes for the new year start coming in November. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So we don't really know, though these numbers are like an estimate.
Yes.
From November forward, because we don't know what they've assessed each house until then.
Exactly.
So-
It's a projection, and we kind of look over past years, how much it increases each year, and from that, we make a projected amount.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
if I may. So the funds really don't, I'm going to put it really kind of crudely, roll in until November. Is that correct?
As far as our tax money, yes.
So do you, in your experience and best guess, is that 1.2? Is that that we have?
Our ending fund balance is
Yeah.
right around 1.4.
Oh, 1.4, sorry. Is that going to see us through till November? Plus
Yes.
any other things we're
Yes,
we're
that
looking
should
good
be.
as far as that goes? Okay. So I know we're getting squeaky and we got to watch that because we're not sure what the next few years are going to bring. So just trying to stay ahead of that.
Yep.
Thank you for your hard work on that.
Okay, so individual board member reports.
Not a lot of, it's been a year since this is over a year since I've been in office, just the next one, and I think hopefully we've been doing a good job. Some things we might not do right, but I do know that, sometimes the public's perception of the school board is, well, you're here for the school, but and the kids, and that was one of my problems that I had with the OSBA, because we're not only here for the kids, the teachers, the parents, but every other person that lives or works or stays in the Glide School District. You know, we work for everybody, and sometimes you can't make everybody happy. So I don't think that a lot of people realize that it's, you know, everybody pays taxes and this is everybody's school, and that we should all know that, you know, there's a lot of people here that don't have kids, aren't involved in the school, but we still work for them, the school board does. So, you know, I just want everybody to know that it's the whole community that the board works for, and everybody, and not everybody's on the same page, you know. So we're just trying to do our best. At least I am. So I'm ready for another year.
Thank you, John. I would agree with all that. Dan? Any updates or things?
No, if you want to go camping in the Cascades, last weekend is the weekend to do it.
What?
Get smart.
Something about the Cascades?
If you wanted to go camping in the Cascades, last weekend was the weekend to do it. Not
Oh, gotcha. Copy. That's unfortunate.
we're no, I'm good. Appreciate everybody.
Yeah, all the fire stuff, not good. Yeah, let's pick on Janet next. Janet?
Oh, yeah, thank you. And my apologies. I'm actually in Roseburg now. We had a flat tire on the way here. We got stuck in Portland traffic. It was all of the things that that could go wrong went wrong trying to get here. And we even left early, so that's the frustrating part. I echo what John said. I really want to express my appreciation for everybody. And I think the last board meeting we heard about all of the work that the teachers put in for all of the end of the year celebration, the work that parents do showing up for activities and events and fundraisers and giving their time and energy to the school district. And I really feel honored to be part of the school board and representing the community, and really hopeful in this coming year that we can see continued improvement for the students and the teachers and the community, as John said, because I do feel like that's what we represent, is the Glide community. And that is super critical to me, to my family. I have a grandson, you know, that's looking at going to Glide, and those are the parts that, you know, keep me engaged and really motivated to continue to do this work. So I just want to thank that, and I want to thank all of the other school board members for the time that you all are taking out of your busy lives as well to be able to be part of this process. I think sometimes we take these things for granted, and I really think that thinking about the representative nature of school boards, and, you know, Janae, I'm just reflecting on, you know, that there is a voice that, you know, as schools that we do have for communities, for our students, and it's really important that we all take that opportunity to voice that. So thank you all.
Thank you, Janet. I echo all those sentiments as well. Tim?
Madam Chair, I got two things.
Yeah.
Is going through the packet again. I want to pick on Tammy Beard and Brian Odell for a moment. They have a lot to do, and I just want to say I really appreciate your second mile efforts in grants and fundraisers and stuff to help raise the level of our opportunities for the school district. So I don't know if you get recognized enough for that, but it's being seen. So really appreciate that. Superintendent Freeman, the ink isn't wet yet, but now we're going to work on a vice principal, right? Correct. So, sorry, I just had to put that dig in there. Keep it moving, but great job. Thank you for your efforts in finding a new principal as quickly as we did. One thing, you know, I've heard in the last year and a half is, oh, this isn't the season for this person, this isn't the season for that person. And I will tell you, I have never believed that. That may be status quo, and maybe I've got my head in the sand. But from what I've seen, we've been batting 1,000. So I appreciate everybody's efforts and input in getting this place just awesome. So thank you for everybody, board, community, staff, fantastic. Thank you for making Glide. I feel like we're really getting back to, it's probably not good of me to say making Glide great again. I don't want to get political. But it's the way I remember it when I was a kid. But it was free and fun and safe all at the same time, and we got to learn and do some cool things. I mean, going to Iceland. I'm sorry, Tammy, where were you guys all at? Atlanta. So I'd never heard of anything like that before. So Glide's branching out. We're not just staying right here, but we still have that hometown closeness. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. I echo all those as well. I also just want to thank everybody. It has been a pretty good year. Maybe some challenging stuff along the way. And like John said, we represent everyone, and not everyone's always on the same page. And that's really hard. That's a really hard balance. But also at the end of the day, it's how we can make this place better for the kids, right? The whole point is that, inspire or retire. So that's what we should be doing. And I feel honored and privileged to get another year of doing this in this position. So thank you for that. And also, I just wanted to say really quick before we go, that I've been meaning to reach out to Tammy. I just wanted to let you get the end of the year done. That Dan Brown has reached out to me. And so I was going to send this to Robert and you, but I was letting just some other stuff get out of the way, about an opportunity to do the little go-kart things. Do you know anything about that? I'll send you all the stuff. It was sent to me like a week before the end of the year, and I just thought maybe let you get through the end of the year, and yeah, so I was gonna send that to both y'all. But it sounds like a really neat opportunity. So, all right, well, thank you everybody for coming, and wow, what a productive day, huh? So this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.